Hello guys and welcome to my channel. I'm Sima and this video is late. I'm sorry about that. I did post on Instagram and Twitter, linked below. I always post there in case I cannot make the video on time. So yeah, let me say I'm sorry about that. I've been running a lot of errands, and also what happened is I highly miscalculated the time this drawing would take me. This is by far the longest I ever took to finish a painting. So right now you can see me refining the sketch. I do this mainly as a guide for my flat colors and then later on for shading and creating eyes, so I just know where goes what. And I thought this might be interesting a bit for you guys to see what kind of line work I do like under the painting. And this is sped up a bit. I mean, this is a long video already and I did cut out a lot of things, like me struggling with hand poses and later on me struggling with face shading and nose shading, and it just took a long time. And also I very much sped up me laying out the flat colors, but still we are around 8 minutes I think, so yeah, I usually try to make the videos shorter. But I don't actually want to speed up the actual painting process so much, so you can actually see a bit of what I'm doing. Plus, like I said, I spent a long time on this one, so that's why the video is so long. And I don't know how long it took me to do the sketch, but based on the footage I have from the point I started doing the flat colors, it took me 8 hours to finish this, which is a lot. Also, the sketch probably took at least an hour, so I usually just take 4 to 5 hours for painting, so this is half as long than my usual ones, and this is why I miscalculated the time, because it's twice as long, so I did not expect that. And this might be either that this is a whole body drawing, or that I made so many details that needed to be rendered, or a wild combination of both. I also kept getting back a lot to fix up some areas, and what you might catch me doing is, I did this in the last painting as well, I use this shortcut that turns the painting grayscale. And why is this important? It helps you to see your values, because you can see your values better in grayscale. And what is super useful is that you can be in this mode, pick a color and paint and fix those values, and it is using your initial color, so you see it grayscale, but you are actually painting with the colors you have in your piece. And you can switch to this mode whenever you want and switch out of it whenever you want. It kind of works as if you put a filter between your eyes and the paper you are working on to see it in grayscale. I hope you understood what I'm trying to explain here. I'm really bad at explaining, but this is so useful, at least to me. And if you are using Photoshop and you'd like to try this out and you are not sure how to set it, just let me know in the comments or message me and I will guide you through it. So let me tell you about the thing that I am drawing. It is a mermaid, which you probably noticed already, but if you didn't, it is a mermaid. And why a mermaid? Well, because it's Mermay. And if you don't know what is Mermay, it's a hashtag that is going around social media, because May in art community is known for drawing mermaids. And that is why it is called Mermay. And if you check this tag, for example, on Instagram, you will get a lot of amazing mermaid art. And I wanted to participate. I want to belong. I want to be one of them cool kids drawing mermaids. And at first I thought I would do something similar as my Marina piece. I will link it here as well. So I wanted to make a cute mermaid, but it took a very dark turn. So this piece is called Corrupted, which kind of speaks for itself. Now, if you are playing World of Warcraft or you are familiar with some of it, yes, again, World of Warcraft, I know. You might recognize the demonic markings and the green color, so this is a bit of mermaid / World of Warcraft crossover, I guess. I hope I'm not triggering anyone with this. I'm sorry, my imagination runs very wild sometimes and I just cannot contain it. So, tiny backstory. This mermaid is a part of royal family and she is super curious to explore the world, but upon one of her adventures she stumbles on this orb and it is glowing green, and when she touches it, the orb starts to communicate with her and promises her to show her other worlds on other planets. And since she was both adventurous and curious and very young, she listened to the tales of the other worlds and didn't think about the consequences this might have. And so she kept the orb for herself, which is obviously very stupid. And the orb kept the promise. It did show her new worlds and planets, but as a payoff, it started to get a hold of her soul and she could not let go of it. And this wasn't the only terrible prize it came with. Whenever she would cross something alive in the ocean, any creature's life source would be sucked by this orb. And that is why the orb wanted to travel to other planets, because whichever ocean they came across, everything in their path died. Eventually, she stops fighting the orb and just gives in to its power. And the orb is not just any ordinary orb, it's actually a soul of a demon that is getting stronger by the life forms it consumes. As for the demon's plans, that would be sorry for next day, but you are free to let your imagination run wild and possibly share it in the comments below. And based on this story, I kept the colors dark. At this point, I am not sure if I can even draw in light colors, to be honest. The mermaid's skin tone has a violet tone and her hair is very pale. The gems and the fin are cool red mixed with purple tones, and all those I just named are common colors for the race of the mermaid, as well as the armor she's wearing. And the demonic markings are just showing that the demon is possessing her. I also did a simple background again, and what I do is I get character idea, I start to sketch it in, and only then start thinking about the background. And I don't think that this is correct way to go about it. The ideal goal would be to make thumbnails and actively think how I want the final piece to look, and just with whole background and how I want to capture the character in the scene, rather than trying to think how to fill in the background when I already have the character. And so this is it for this very late, sad and dark mermaid. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave me a like or a comment below. And if you are new here, I post new video every Tuesday and Friday, or I'm trying to. So if you don't want to miss out on any, hit subscribe and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!